Hi, we'd like to show you our DIY Bongo conversion that we've been doing over the last 12 months.
So these have got to come out, and these rails here, which the seats came forward and backwards on, that's all got to come out. So there's 6 quite biggish bolts on those. Good sweep out after that, and then should be ready then for sticking the ply in. So that's the first job. You have to loosen off both of these panels when you're putting your wood down, apparently. So that's the other thing, to loosen off the panels. Okay, so stick this on, and wow, they are really stiff. That's it. There we go. Man, that is welded up. I don't know what these others are going to be like because they're rusted. Okay. Right. So let's try this one. Found these ones here coming out no problem. Those 2 back ones are absolutely welded in. I don't know what the score is at all there. It's a real problem. But these are flying out. It's not normal. You pull on this. Oh man, you can feel the steel bending. Right, so these tracking rods come out no problem whatsoever, but these are a nightmare. I had to drill through all the bolts, all 4 of these bolts, freeze them off, use cone cutters there. It's a bit... Anyway, they're off now, so next bit. Right, this is the floor. So underneath there's an inch kind of chipboard. Then you put the liner on top, and we're just going to start to get these in. Nothing's fixed yet. I'm just going to get those in to roughly where they are, and then basically just slowly fix it. But with it having a wooden flooring now, it should be fairly easy to fix. So basically you just get all the different pieces and you've got to put it together yourself, but by putting it in yourself you save a fortune. So there's the technical man in case we need him there, John Leach, the joiner, my father. Right, so that all goes together with these from B&Q. Just put them on the corners. Got to drop the sink in. That now, this is a hardest bit. That has got to go up at the top there like that. Look how tight that is. Really tight. These are the screws that you hold on to. Forget what you call them. Use the same screw there. Just holding it up there for now. We've got to do something about that. But it really is a tight fit. Tight fit. So you pull the trigger here. Pull the trigger, and that comes down like so. There we go. And that's your rock and roll bed. And then just trying to find a way. At the moment we've gone for this, obviously. There you go. Just managed to fix up the top drawer. This is the way I've done it, is tap through, because obviously that comes down, that's not going to interfere with that. Tap through onto that. It's rock solid there. Sink unit and that to go in yet. I put 6mm cable in for the inverter, which is over there at the moment. That's still to be done. Obviously we've got to make up the foam mattresses for that. Got a nice little cupboard here, which then leads to another compartment down there, which is very handy. Anyway, doesn't take long to put in at all. You're getting there. Obviously the beauty of these is you can stand up and do your cooking. You can store loads of stuff up there if you want to sleep down here, which I think we will be sleeping down here now. We were sleeping up here, and we've slept up here in snow and in blizzards as well. And it's okay. What happens is the metal struts get condensation on, it drips on you a bit, but it's alright, it's fine. Obviously there's more room up there, but really you use these for standing up room and for storage space there. You can still got a nice view of the sea when you're next to the sea. You can tie these up there with the little ties. So it's all fixed in now, fixed in down below there. The units are fairly solid. I'll put another couple, I'll just fix it to the side on that main sink, but that's going nowhere. I've disabled these speakers, these two speakers, because one, they don't sound very good, and two, obviously that one's missing now. There's a socket to go in there, which I'll fit in. There's a table that's going to be recessed in the middle there, yeah, that's got to go in. The leisure battery's got to go in the table. So you drill a cone cutter through the wood, through the steel, drop that in, and then you pop your leg in. Doesn't matter, it's both ways. Yeah, that's matey. Like that. Drop that on. Yeah, mate. Oh, you're right. Right.
Oh, it's easy to wash out now. Look, just do that.
Okay, so that's the table. So you use a cone cutter in the floor. Drill basically straight through. Drop this in, and then all this just. There you go. And then that pulls out of there as well. And that's it. Use your table out the road. It's alright, isn't it? Some pipe, new gas canister. A couple of Jubilee clips. Actual valve which goes on there. But this is the most important thing. That's a quick release. That means that you'll put that somewhere there like that, which means that you can just detach the canister, stick it under the van without taking things off and messing about, and then quick release it back on in the morning. It just makes it a bit safer. So I've just got the compression joint for there, for the pipe, so that's going to be ready to fit in a minute. Right, okay, so this is the quick release part. Unfortunately I've forgotten to get 2 more Jubilee clips. The idea is, see if I can do this with one hand. You can quick release that, take that outside, put it underneath your van. That immediately seals off the gas. So if I turn this on now, if I turn the gas on, there's no gas coming out, even with that on. Obviously you turn it off anyway. And then to put it back in, I can do it with one hand. Hold on a minute. There you go. It's back on. It's just an easier way. It saves undoing everything. so that's that. This is now ready, apart from I haven't got a tap yet. It's pretty much ready to go in. Okay, so this is the you can get this vinyl, basically 4 meters of vinyl covers the rock and roll bed, so it's quite very hard wearing, and chosen this just to give it a bit of contrast because it's all a bit dark. And then you just use 4-inch foam, get it cut up, and that's it. I've got somebody to do this for me that's going to do it cheap, so we're getting there. Okay, next job then is to fit the socket. So just use a cone cutter and then bushcrafting saw, cut that out. So that's going in. It's raining outside. That socket has got 2 USB chargers on it, so I'll fit that there. That will go to an inverter underneath there, and then that inverter will go back to the leisure battery. So that's that. I'll just put that on now. Alright, so there you go, that's that on. You can still see the white around the sides from the pattress, so I'm going to get some permanent felt tip pen and just blacken that out, and that's it. Battery tray. So pair of pliers here, just tighten these up. Can't do it with one hand. Right, that's it. That's it. So basically there's 2 screws down there. Now this is done by a company called New Dawn Conversions, and if you take it down to them, they'll re-tap all the threads for you, because I think obviously the threads are either totally rusted up or whatever. And this kit is dead easy to put in. Like I say, if you take it down to them, they'll re-tap it. And then this is the Brillo bit. We're just in the process of doing this now. They do a swivel. Use the existing seat, and it can go forwards, backwards, tilts, but it basically makes the van massive, because in effect it gives you another 2 feet of room by turning that around that way. That's just changed everything really. So I'll show you in a minute, when Mandy's had a cup of tea, how it swivels round and how it goes back. But they're called New Dawn Conversions. Let me just check that, because the guy he's an absolute gentleman. He's one of those people that goes the extra mile. Right, this is the how to turn the, take this out here like that, pull these 2 out like that, lift it up in the middle, pull it out, turn it round, put it back in, where are we? Pull that back, put your things back in, so then you can move this back and forwards as much as you like, and then you can drop this down if you want to. So loads of room. I reckon it gives you another 2 foot of room inside of your Bongo. So if I go over this way now and sit over here, you can see just how much room you've got compared to if you were sitting here, which is where you would be normally. You're way over there. So that's that. And we've had these, just had these fitted, and I have to say, the guy that's done them, again, I'll give his name because I took a risk really. I didn't know this guy at all, and he was very, very reasonable. But you can see by looking at these are exceptional quality. They really are superb. He's even put the Velcro, just glue that down, tack it down to the wood a bit, and that's it. This is the split charge. I'll just explain this as quick as I can. So that's the old battery, that's the leisure battery. What you need to be able to do is for this battery to be charging the leisure battery while the engine's running, but obviously not when the engine's not running. So to do that, you use what you call a split relay charger, and it's pretty easy. You take the fused end here, connect it onto the live terminal there. You then take this split relay end, you connect that to an earth, and you connect that to a live. That's it. So that then only charges that battery when the engine's running. When the engine's not running, it senses there's no voltage there and it doesn't. But it also does something else. Now this here is a loom which you push this end through to your fuse box in just under the driver's side, and you bypass, I think it's 5 fuses. Yeah, 5 fuses. You just then connect this to your lug. And what that does is it enables the radio, it enables the internal lights, it enables the sockets, the cigarette lighter sockets and the blinds to be used and fed directly from the leisure battery, which means it's not draining off your main battery. It's that simple really. So it means you can have the engine off and still be using all the things that you want to use, which means that in a wild camping scenario it's brilliant. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then connect this here to the battery, and I'll show you the inverter, the other end, once I've wired all this up. The inverter will mean that in the van I'll have 240 volts from a 12 volt battery, and enough juice actually to even watch a 20 screen telly on if I want to. Now comes to here, I've got to stick the lid on. So what this means is that all the major things, like just things like the stereo, can now be turned on when the switch it off. Can be turned on when the engine's off. Things like the blinds. So where are we? So the blinds, that's all off the leisure battery. The cigarette lighter, so there's one down there, you probably can't see it. There's the inverter. So the inverter now is feeding that socket there, and it's also, I don't know if you can see, but it's got a little USB place for USB, and I know it's a bit dark, but the socket's also got 2 USB chargers on it. So all in all there's 3 USB chargers. Put the tap in, nice cheap tap, it's fine, but it needs a Jubilee clip on the end of the pipe underneath, because it's back feeding out of the pipe at the moment. I've checked all the different bits and bobs, so that obviously it's all on. The engine's not running. All the lights are coming on now. Not that that light's any good, it's hopeless. But everything's, there you go. Everything's working. Okay, well, we're all set and ready to go. Just managed to get it done in time to go to Scotland. Managed to get all the clothes, gear, wild camping gear goes there, but it's all gone in. So it just goes to show, with a little box on the back, you can actually pack for an adventure holiday, plus take some nice clothes to go out for a meal and stuff like that.
Thanks for watching. Now for some great adventures.